Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Movie Zone. And in this edition we're going to talk the buddy cop movies from the great buddy cop genre. And mostly these films are from the 1980s, but there's a few from the 1990s. And we're concentrating on 5 different franchises tonight in this buddy cop special. We're going to talk the Lethal Weapon series, 48 Hours series, as well as other films such as Tango and Cash, one of my personal favourites, as well as, of course, Red Heat and The Hard Way. All great shows. I'm going to talk in depth about a couple of these films, maybe 3 or 4 of these, and then briefly on the other 2. And I really enjoy this, folks. I hope you enjoy it as well. The first film we're going to talk about tonight is a film that, well, 2 films that are really very entertaining, more for the older audience more than the younger ones, I think. There's a few controversial moments in the first one anyway. 1982 was the year the first one came out. It was Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy, 2 very extreme contrasts of actors, and it was all about Nick Nolte's character as the cop that he's a detective, and he brings Eddie Murphy out of prison so that he can help him solve a case. And it's a really, really entertaining film. Definitely worth a watch. The second film is more of the same, really, and it's very, very entertaining as well. Eddie Murphy, of course, always entertaining in his movies, and he had done, along in between these 48 Hours films, he actually done the 3 Beverly Hills Cop movies, which he also done a great job on. And but 48 Hours, very, very different from the other buddy cop film. Well, not very different, but the other buddy cop films probably took a lot from 48 Hours. But I think this is one of the earlier buddy cop movies as we traditionally remember them in the 1980s. And I think the Murphy and Nolte duo really bring a lot to the table and was very, very entertaining. We're going to now have a look at a couple of clips, maybe a trailer here for 48 Hours and another 48 Hours. So enjoy this, folks, and we'll be back to talk about one of the other movies we have lined up for you.
We ain't partners, we ain't brothers, and we ain't friends. I'm putting you down and keeping you down until Gans is locked up or dead. And if Gans gets away, you're gonna be sorry you ever met me.
I'm already sorry.
Nick Nolte is a cop. Eddie Murphy is a con.
I can help you get Gans, but you gotta get me out of here first.
You're crazy.
He pulls some strings.
See how you need me a little more than you thought, huh, Mr. K?
He pulls some scams.
So where do you want to do it, honey? Want to hop up on the counter?
Nah, we can go in this room over here next to the bathroom.
Give me a break.
I'm dead serious.
Come on, we're on the move. Let's go.
They've got two killers to track down.
Toss me that piece, and he won't waste him.
They've got a kidnapping going down.
I want the money. I don't know what you're talking about. I want that Indian to snap her neck.
They've got a fortune to hunt down.
I want to know what's going on between you and Gans.
$500,000.
And it's all coming down in 48 hours.
But I gave you 48 hours to come up with something, and the clock's running.
This guy got a real itchy trigger finger and he's a nervous cop. You better listen to him, you get your brain blown out.
I'm the calm type.
I'm looking for a good old boy by the name of Billy Bear.
Never heard of him. Heard of him now, man? You know, you are real stupid for a cop, man. You're following this guy too close.
Yeah, well, most cops are pretty stupid, but since you landed in jail, what the hell does that make you?
What's happening, Luther? I'm sorry about the door, man. Did that hurt? It looked real painful.
You come clean and we're going again right here, right now.
Are you in some hurry or something?
Yes, I'm in a hurry. I haven't done anything for 3 years.
Oh, you used to be a priest or something.
This ain't my night.
If you screw up, I can promise you, you're going down.
They couldn't like each other less. They couldn't need each other more.
You want to bet?
And if they can get off each other's case,
Look at you, you got a $500 suit on, you're still a lowlife.
Yeah, but I look good.
they just might solve this one.
Being a cop is a hard job, Jack.
Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy,
We ain't brothers, we ain't partners, and we ain't friends. Now, if Gans gets away with my money, you're gonna be sorry you ever met me.
I'm already sorry.
48 hours.
Y'all be cool.
Welcome back. Now, this time we're going to talk. It is the Killster here, folks, remember. And it is CKTV, and you're watching the Movie Zone. And it is a special tonight on the buddy cop movies, one of the greatest genres, in my opinion, of the action movies. And tonight we're talking great films. The next film on our agenda, on our list tonight, is Red Heat. It stars James Belushi and the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they are a great duo in this. Belushi, of course, is the partner of the Soviet Arnold Schwarzenegger in this film. He's an Austrian, of course, in real life, but he plays a Soviet in this one. It's from the Soviet Union, and there's a bit of a hostile situation between, of course, the Soviet Union and America at the time in the late 80s. This was made in 88, and Schwarzenegger actually is a Soviet in it, so he's a Soviet policeman or soldier or whatever, and he's taken over to solve a case involving the Soviet Union and the States, and he becomes a partner of Belushi. And it's a really cool film, very fun, a lot of fun, and really enjoyable to watch. It's called Red Heat, and one of Schwarzenegger's one of his big movies from the 1980s. He done a string of great films between Terminator 1, Predator, and Terminator 2. And of course, this was one of the great films that he done. Red Heat, let's have a look at it now, folks. And it's a pretty cool buddy cop film.
Look, just out of curiosity, how do you Soviets deal with all the tension and stress?
Vodka. Police Captain Ivan Danko came from behind the Iron Curtain.
Danko, you're welcome.
Hunting down his country's deadliest criminal.
What did he do? He take a leak on the Kremlin wall or something? I need cooperation. Sure. Whatever you say, Gumby.
Now, he's about to team up
Give me свою маму задницу.
What'd he say?
He say, go and kiss your mother's behind.
With the most unpredictable cop.
How you doing, honey?
Drop dead.
Thank you.
On the streets of Chicago.
You look like Marvin Hagler to me. I lost money on Hagler. Capitalism.
He's got his own kind of style.
That body language is a beautiful thing, isn't it?
He's got no style at all.
Chicago cop never relinquishes his weapon. Here.
Ridzik is a good cop.
Police!
And a total expert at fouling up.
You did not make it, Victor.
He killed a Chicago police officer. Chicago gets him first.
I have my honor.
With this much friction,
I give up. This whole thing's very Russian.
there's gotta be heat.
I take care of this.
Red heat.
You know what we call this? This is called chicken. But you're not supposed to play with buses. You ready to swerve?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, James Belushi, in a Walter Hill film.
Nice work, Gumby.
Thank you.
I didn't mean that.
I know.
Red Heat.
Always a big fan of that film, Raw Heat. Great film indeed. Sorry, Red Heat. Great film indeed. Now we move on to talk about a film starring Michael J. Fox and none other than James Woods. Two great stars. Fox just coming off his big Back to the Future trilogy, and James Woods, well known of course at this stage for the likes of for some great roles. He was in the film Cop, he was in Videodrome, among others. Of course, he went on to be a big name from films such as John Carpenter's Vampires. He was also in Casino, and as a smaller part, but he was in some great stuff over the years. And I personally like James Woods. I think he should be in a lot more great movies, but he was also, for a small part, he was in the film Be Cool, along with John Travolta, and he was also in films such as lately he was in White House Down as the rogue, one of the rogue guys in it. Okay, well, Michael J. Fox had done loads of few great films such as Teen Wolf and Bright Lights, Big City, among others, leading up to this, as well as Back to the Future. But they came together for this film The Hard Way, and the film really did do some good stuff. Wasn't a massive hit, but more of a rare gem. But Arthur Rubinson, of course, done the music for the film, and it was, of course, a very much Lethal Weapon style film. I really enjoyed it. I often talk about this one. Always enjoyed The Hard Way. It's about this guy who, starring Michael J. Fox, of course, as this actor who had to get some experience on the force when he was going to be doing a new film, and he joins up with James Woods as his partner for a couple of weeks, and he ends up finding out what it's like to be on the force, as they say, and they come together. They suit each other well as buddy cops in the film, and it's a laugh all the way through, and some good action in this one as well. The Hard Way, one of my favourite buddy cop films, along with all these other great films from the 80s and early 90s. This being a 1991 film. I think it's a good film. Even to go back and watch today, it stands the test of time, I do believe. So, The Hard Way is another cool film in the buddy cop genre. So check it out, folks, if you haven't seen it. And if you want to check out the likes of Michael J. Fox and James Woods in films that you don't usually see them in. This is ideal. Let's have a look now at a clip of The Hard Way.
Movie star Nick Lang is looking for a part that could change his image.
You don't want me to grow up. The studio doesn't want me to grow up. I'm the only one who wants me to grow up.
So to play a real cop,
Freeze!
he's going to study with the best.
If I can walk his beat, if I can get under his skin, I will nail this part, Angie.
Detective John Marks is on the trail of a killer.
This party crasher has whacked out 7 people. He's gonna do it again soon, today maybe.
And what if this cop doesn't want you tagging after him?
2 pros exchanging ideas. Why wouldn't he want to do it?
Not if you tied my tongue to your tailpipe and drove me 80 miles an hour naked across a field of broken glass.
Now, evidently, the guy just wants to blend in so nobody knows he's Nick Lang, okay?
My trainer's got me a Nautilus and the Stairmaster, so you don't have to worry about Nick Lang.
He doesn't belong here. He belongs in Never Never Land.
And you're never gonna believe where I am. I'm in a ghetto.
He's told me face to face that he wants to be me. It's my life.
It's my life.
Moved into my house, you know?
I'll just,
do what you do in Hollywood. Rum drinks, fern bar, gerbil racing. You know what's next? You know, my old lady.
What?
I know it.
Tell me.
You just kissed him? You kissed his face? It's getting to where everywhere I look, I see his smiling face. I turn on the TV and I hear his voice.
All of my movies, including The Smoking Guns, are shot on biodegradable film stock.
There's only one way Moss can catch the killer without losing his mind.
NYPD! NYPD!
I have got to get rid of this guy.
Michael J. Fox, James Woods, in a John Badham movie, The Hard Way. Coming soon to a theater near you.
All right, just stop.
The Hard Way, such a fun film, totally action-packed with the great Michael J. Fox and James Woods. Well, you are listening and you are watching CKTV, folks. It is the Kyoster with you, and I'm here tonight with a special. It is the Buddy Cop movies, and we're going to have a part 2 of this special coming up later in the week, and that will be a total special, very special show all about the Lethal Weapon series. I decided we're going to make it a special for that, so we're going to make it a part 2. We're going to be totally based on the Lethal Weapon series. It deserves a show of its own, a 4-part, of course, the 4-parter series. I'll be talking all about that, the Riggs and Murtaugh movies, later in the week. But this one, the last of our Buddy Cop movies tonight, we focus on will be Tango and Cash. You see it on your screen. Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell teamed up in the 1989 classic, and of course also featured Jack Palance as the bad guy, and it also had a few familiar faces from the action genre in the 80s and 90s. Also featuring in Tango and Cash, Terry Hatcher. She played Stallone's sister in the movie and the love interest of Kurt Russell. The two guys, the finest cops in LA, the duo Tango and Cash, made it a great film. Some comedy mixed in with true action, and of course the opening tune we played on the show from Harold Faltermeyer is the soundtrack to Tango and Cash, and that was The Best of What I Got. Very enjoyable movie, a film that rivaled the likes of Batman on the 1989 box office for the top spots, but Batman of course was the highest grossing film of 89, but Tango and Cash, I would say, given the chance and the opportunity, can rival that. But of course, buddy cop movies don't do so well in the box office as compared to other films. They're not taken as serious, and of course for awards and the like they wouldn't be. But it really is a great quirky film. Some great one-liners from Stallone and Russell in this movie, and probably my favourite, apart from the Lethal Weapon series, probably this one is my favourite of all the buddy cop movies. I think it's definitely one of Sylvester Stallone's greatest films outside the Rocky and Rambo films. I think he's had a lot of great films, but it's probably one of his best or better films outside of his Rocky, of his 6 or 7 Rocky movies and his 4 Rambo movies. Kurt Russell has done a lot of great films in his time, but he's done, of course, the Escape From movies, and he's done some very good other very good films. But I think Tango and Cash is up there with some of his best works as well. I probably would class this as his best movie, but he's definitely done a lot of good ones. So Stallone and Russell, and Terry Hatcher hasn't done a lot of big movies, but this one is one of the ones you remember her for. Overall, I think the movie definitely is very enjoyable, and I would have to say one of my favourites from the buddy cop series, if not probably better in my opinion than a couple of the Lethal Weapon movies, but it definitely wouldn't be better than 3 or 4, which are my 2 favourite of the Lethal Weapon movies. But Tango and Cash, Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell, great team up film and very enjoyable. Let's have a look at Tango and Cash.
I'll tell you one thing. Whoever set us up is really connected.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Relax. Soak. And don't flatter yourself.
Easy come, easy go.
I hate you karate guys. You know me, huh?
Yeah, I hear you're the second best cop in LA.
That's funny. I hear the same thing about you.
Like now!
We'll take it.
No,
That's one of a kind.
we won't put a scratch on it. Did you sleep with my sister?
I was so drunk, I don't remember, okay?
Well, folks, thanks for joining us on tonight's show. It was the Movie Zone, the buddy cop movies, and it's here on CKTV for a special this week. I finished off there with my favourite Tango and Cash, but part 2 will be the true favourites, the Lethal Weapon series, where we talk about the 4 great movies featuring Sylvester Stallone, featuring Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. But that was a good first show, folks, and back later in the week with this Lethal Weapon special, and also be having a John Travolta special in the next while, and I will be comparing Superman versus Batman with the new Captain America Civil War in the coming days. Also going to be having a Euro 2016 special, folks, a series on that, but from now it's been the Kyoster for CKTV, and I'm going to take it easy, folks. See y'all later. It's been the Kyoster with the Movie Zone. Bye for now. Kyoster, over, ha ha, and out.